So what you've learned over the years, what do you do in your practice then, Mark? What is your sort of regular routine? Can you talk us through it a little bit?
Yeah. So I always tend to have a set routine. So I'm a big believer when you're doing your practice, it has to have some sort of purpose. It has to have some sort of structure. It has to have some sort of gain. And practice is not just playing; it's practicing with a view to improving in some sort of way. So my practice is structured through what everyone calls a practice routine. So I try to do 1 hour's practice per day, and that's split in 2 half-hour sections. So the most important part of my practice is the first half hour, which is basics. So by basics, a warm-up, lip flexibilities, scales, production exercises, playing hymn tunes, listen to me sound, listen to me phrasing, breathing exercises, single tonguing, double tonguing, triple tonguing. And I've always found if you keep on top of the basics, everything else looks after itself. I'd practice basics, that's it, I'd have a couple of hours off. I'd then go back and do another half hour, which would be band pieces, solos I'm presently doing, solos I want to do, or just practicing for any projects. So I tend to find by keeping on top of the basics, that helps me other bit of the playing, the solos, my band playing. And by practicing basics and the other bits, I find I'm always fully prepared, which obviously helps the mental side when it comes to the performance.
Yeah, we'll come to that a bit later because I've got a few questions, and I know you received a few questions about that whole side of your chair, as it were. So if you're in like the band are off somewhere and you've got 10 minutes, you get your cornet out, you've had a long journey, what do you do in that 10 minutes? What's your sort of tight schedule? What would you do?
So we often get the question, well, what do you practice if you've not got much time to practice? And everyone's situation is different. Some people have hours to practice. Some people have quick 5 or 10 minutes here and there. So focusing your intention. If you've got limited time to practice, it would be general basics, keeping the lips buzzing, lip flexibilities, tonguing exercises. It's quite easy for the flexibility to go through not playing. So it's just anything basic. There's no point only having 5 minutes to practice and then deciding you're going to try and play Super Cs for 5 minutes. That's not going to help you playing. So by keeping on top of basics, again, just sort of keeps things ticking over, especially if you've not got much time to be practicing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're kind of known as Mr. Consistent, really, aren't you? You know, everybody, you can't do what you've done without being totally consistent. So I think to be honest, I think it's amazing you only do an hour a day. I don't know how you managed to I've seen the pads at your band, you know, I don't know how you managed to fit all that in an hour, you know.
You see, again, I'll talk to people and I'll say, how much practice do you do? Oh, they'll do 2-3 hours. But when you actually break it down what they do within the 2 or 3 hours, there's nothing really productive, and they're perhaps not doing perhaps more practice than I'm doing in my 1 hour structured practice. So as long as I'm practicing the correct things and it's serving a purpose, then I find an hour is enough for me to hopefully keep on top of my game, and also as well as improving as well.
Okay.